where best friends and next-door neighbors, Willow and Lillian, spill the tea on murder, mysteries, and other things that go bump in the night. So get your favorite teacup ready, and let's get into it. Welcome to Cruelty Podcast. This is Lillian, and with me is Merris.
Hello.
Because it's Merris Monday.
Oh, yeah.
And you don't even know what this episode's about because I didn't tell you.
No, usually you clue me in a little bit. You're like, almost, you can't wait to talk about it.
I wouldn't go that far.
Okay, so what is it?
Okay, so sometimes weird things become viral. Like the black-eyed children, we all remember those.
Yeah.
The Slender Mans.
Mm-hmm.
But do y'all remember, like in the 2010s, the fucking sky noises?
Yes. Wah.
Yeah, everything from rumbling to metallic screeching to trumpety and siren-type noises. And I do.
Mm-hmm.
Because it happened to me.
Yeah.
Do you remember?
When we lived in Tulsa, Oklahoma, there was...
Hold on.
Okay.
Because I have a whole thing about it.
Oh, okay.
I'm just, yes or no would suffice.
Yes, I remember it was a hum.
Kind of. I describe it pretty good. The sounds I heard were almost like a plane approaching, like a loud, distant, rumbly kind of noise that when it got closer or louder, it became like a metallic scraping.
Yeah.
Like a swing,
Yeah.
swing kind of noise. And it's hard to explain. It was an undulating sound that rose in intensity and then faded out as though it were going in a weird, like, circle around my house. And it would be late at night, always, like usually after 2 a.m.
And I remember, the other thing I remember about it is, I lived in Tulsa with you for a total of 3 years.
Yes.
And it was only 2 of those years, I think. And it was both times in August.
Yes, it was usually in the summer. And we even, like, drove around at night looking for the source.
Yeah, because we're weird.
We're weird.
Yeah.
But we could never figure it out. And when I asked other people about it, they acted like my head was on backwards and I was stupid.
Other people did hear it, though.
But some people would say, yes, they did hear it.
Yeah.
But yeah, naturally, I looked to the internet for answers. And boy, a lot of people during this time were hearing weird sky sounds. So we're going to deep dive into it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. A lot of people thought it was the end of the world. And, you know, or rather the herald of the end of the world because of the Bible.
I just thought it was fracking or something. I don't know.
Yeah. And the, like, trumpets in Revelations. But we're still here, so it had to be something else. And I heard many recordings. Some of them are genuinely so weird. And I will link them in the description of this podcast. The description.
Whoa.
Yeah. So according to the Bible, once the last seal is broken, there are 7 trumpets that will be blown.
Sky farts.
Oh, I was thinking blown, you know, like,
oh,
wick. That's my blowjob noise.
There's
Wick,
there's 2 different kinds of people.
There is. You were thinking of farts, and I was thinking of sucking dick. So, yeah, by 7 angels. And as they toot the most annoying instrument ever created,
toot.
Nasty things happen. Fire, blood, and hail start raining from the sky.
No, that's bad. Those are bad toots.
Sounds pretty metal, so maybe electric guitars instead of trumpets, but whatever. Then the seas turn to blood.
Oh,
yeah, and
gross.
It gets super dark, and there are tons of locusts wrecking shit.
Wow.
Then an army of darkness shows up. What's the fuck that mean?
It's a movie.
Yeah, with the fucking that guy, Bruce Campbell.
Yeah, that's what happens.
No, I'm asking, what the fuck is an army of darkness? Is it zombies?
Yeah.
Is it demons?
I think it's zombies.
Is it shadow people? Is it just the darkness?
Which is not, it can't hurt you, it's just dark.
It can if you trip over something and fall down.
So it's an inconvenient thing.
And if it stays too dark for too long, plants die, animals die, and we die. So it can hurt you if it's protracted.
You are just bringing us down here.
Yeah. And then the Ark of the Covenant shows up. Oh no, a box!
Whoa.
But I got nothing. That's it.
I know I've listened to a podcast recently about the Ark of the Covenant and where it could be. I think like the Germans or something stole it.
The Germans, yeah.
Yeah. It was just all, I don't know. I can't remember
Hitler
the
put
details,
his
so
pee-pee
I'm not
in there.
helpful.
I don't know. God. So remember I said that these sounds just seemed to go away, but the truth is they continued, and they continue to this day.
Are there still like sky
There's
farts?
Yes, and we're going to talk about them. In
Okay.
Houston in 2020, people heard strange noises coming from the sky. It sounded like kind of like music, like discordant music, but all the same.
Okay.
And I will link the video because this one about made me crap my pants. It was scary.
It's probably that Renaissance festival in Texas that, you know.
No. It was like
whale sounds.
like whale sounds, but louder and worser.
Oh.
And in the air.
I liked it when you imitated the whale. That was good.
Oh, when I do whale noises?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Nice.
You're welcome, listeners. I hope that you're wearing earbuds and that you heard that. Oh, God. So, yeah, a couple months later, the noises were heard in Argentina, the very same noises. And then later, the sound was heard all over the world. And then in San Antonio, this is about 6 or 7 months later, the sounds were like huge horn blasts from a ship, but they came from the sky. So I don't know how many of y'all have seen Steven Spielberg's War of the Worlds.
Yeah.
But you know that horrible noise those fucking tripods make?
Yeah.
That's exactly what it sounded like.
I mean, it could just literally be any. There's so many man-made things that could possibly be.
No, we're talking about over a city-wide area, and it is so
What
loud.
what if there was an aircraft? No, not in
No.
San Antonio.
No, and it is so loud. It's like rattling windows and shit, and like fillings in people's teeth.
And like they're doing like weird offshore drilling and crazy crap like that.
Well, we're gonna get into a town that investigated their noises.
Okay.
And we're gonna get into the theories of what these things are. Anyway, people who have witnessed the noise say it feels like there's also a presence along with it. Like something, like they feel doom. And I don't blame them. They said it feels like a hateful, angry, evil presence. One of the videos I watched, it sounded like some kind of grotesque amalgamation of an animal and a machine. Like a lion roaring through a distorted speaker. And I did not like that, no sir.
No, that's a scary sound.
If I heard that out my window, I'd be like, okay, well, we're done.
Yeah, we're done.
We're doomed.
The tripods are coming.
Yeah. There was another one I heard that sounded like someone trying to growl and talk at the same time, only really, really loud. And it was coming from the sky, and just fuck that, I'd move. Where, I don't know, just away. I would throw up if I heard that shit in person. All I know is that the sound that me and Merris heard was a distant, metallic, whirring engine kind of noise that came in and out, fading in and out directly above the house, and that alone scared me so much I couldn't sleep.
Yeah.
So if I heard growl talking from the sky, I'd be like, God's mad at me and because I'm a whore and he's punishing me. And I would be scared.
Yeah.
I would just be done with life in general.
Yeah.
The phenomenon has been present throughout all of human history.
Really?
It is called sky trumpets.
Okay.
And scientists, those nerds,
Yeah.
say it's weather event. But if that were true, then it would be consistent. You know what I mean? Like the same kind of weather.
Wind isn't consistent. I don't know. I mean, it could be earth noises.
No.
No?
Because they've studied it and they can't find where it's coming from. Like, it'll measure as a noise.
Yeah.
But it's coming from the sky. And there's, like, no seismic activity. No extra electromagnetic activity. So everybody's just kind of like this. Like, I don't know. It's just something the sky does sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Other scientists say that they are geological noises that happen from movements of the earth, and I'd buy that, except it's coming from the fucking sky, not the ground. And if you've ever experienced this, you will know it doesn't come from the ground. Also, the duration of the sounds. So anytime the earth moves, like tectonic plates or earthquakes, it's pretty fast. It's over very quickly. These sounds can go on for hours and hours. The ones we heard did.
Yeah, I just have no idea. I don't know. I mean, I could speculate like a million billion different things.
Other scientists think it's the Earth's magnetic field. After all, the aurora borealis makes a noise. But it's not anything you can pick up with your ear holes.
Right.
You have to use like instruments to pick it up.
Yeah.
So, and it's kind of a crackly whistling noise. It doesn't sound anything like that fucking crazy shit.
Right.
Basically, to sum it up, scientists have no fucking idea what makes these bizarre and terrifying sky sounds.
Yeah.
And again, to reiterate, this is not a new phenomenon. It's not some top secret military plane that breaks the sound barrier or industrial equipment, because the indigenous people of upstate New York, the Iroquois, warned white folks about sky trumpets and other weird sky noises hundreds of years ago.
What'd they say?
They said it was the Great Spirit doing shit.
Oh, well.
They're like, don't be scared, Waipipo. It's just the Great
But
Spirit
I mean,
doing some
the
shit.
sky noises are harmless, right? So.
I mean, as far as we know, we don't know. We don't know what they are. In 1819, the author of the stupid-ass story, Rip Van Winkle, wrote about the sky noises, too, so obviously they've been around as long as we have. In Seneca, New York, sky booms are so common they have a name, the Guns of Seneca. The first recorded mention of them is in 1850, and the booms sound like faraway cannons or firework explosions.
Yeah, we've heard a lot of that recently.
Mm-hmm. When it's a boom like a cannon or thunder, they call these sky quakes, and they are heard all over the world.
Yeah, I've heard of that.
Some sky noises can't be heard by everyone. In 1991 in Taos, New Mexico, residents were being slowly driven insane by a low-frequency hum or rumble, but not everyone could hear it. But those who could found it unsettling and irritating. It gave people headaches, kept them up at night, and made them sick to their stomach. Only 2% of the population of Taos could hear this low-frequency hum, and I would not be shocked if they were all neurodivergent.
Yeah, and I know that, like, certain frequencies can freak you out. Like, it's just the sounds, like the feeling of doom. It might just be the certain frequency that the sound was
That
at.
is not, it's not on that frequency, by the way.
No.
I looked it up. Autistic people and people with ADHD can hear the buzz of Bluetooth devices, the whine.
Yes, I can. Oh,
Yes,
my
you
God.
can.
It's a higher pitch than electricity sound.
Electricity sound inside the wires, I can hear that.
I can hear that, but the Bluetooth is a little bit of a higher pitch, and I hate it.
Yeah,
and it comes in it out.
I hate it. Also, me and Merris would likely be able to hear the Taos hum.
Yeah, probably. I'm not gonna wanna.
Sandia National Labs in Taos decided to investigate the hum, and the University of New Mexico joined in on this study and determined to get to the bottom of this bizarre phenomenon. They put sensors everywhere where the sound was heard, and they collected evidence, and after all that work, they have no idea. It didn't come from seismic activity. It didn't come with electromagnetic fluctuations. It didn't come with any weather pattern that was noticeable. And then it just went away. Years later, a hum in the same frequency started in Windsor, Canada. It kept people up. It would vary in intensity. And one single day, 22,000 people complained about the noise.
Wow.
People thought it might be from Zug Island, where there is an industrial, manufacturing plant there, but that place had been around for 100 years and no one had complained before.
Right. Doesn't Zug Island make a sound? Or I'm thinking
You're thinking of something else.
There's an island in Detroit, on the Detroit River.
This is not Detroit. This is Windsor, Canada.
Yeah, I know, but they're across the street from each other. They're the same town, Windsor and Detroit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And I think it is Zug Island, that there was something going on.
They investigated it for this hum, which is probably what you remember.
Okay, it was on a show that I'm remembering it.
Yeah, but it was not the source of it.
Yeah.
And here's what's freakier. Only 2% of that population, too, could hear it. Yeah. Some people suggest... Oh, the funniest part of this is that people got so fed up with this noise, the people that could hear it. As a joke, they put on tinfoil hats, right?
Yeah.
It blocked the fucking noise.
Stop.
No, I'm
that's
serious.
stupid.
I double, triple checked this shit.
Don't you think that, if you know what it could bounce off of, that maybe you could figure out where...
No, literally, scientists cannot figure out where this shit's coming from.
I'm mad about it. I want to know.
Yeah, there's no explanation. None. Yeah. Now there are hums on every continent in the world. Yep.
That must mean something.
So, of course, some people suggest it's alien crafts, and I can see why they'd think that. And some people suggest it's HAARP, which is an array of satellite dishes in Alaska that measure the ionosphere. And I've never thought HAARP was anything but a bunch of nerds, but I'm including it anyway.
Yeah.
People think HAARP controls the weather. It doesn't. Is responsible for Havana syndrome. It's not. And can create earthquakes. No, it isn't. Look,
What could you do from Alaska?
Nothing. Alaska's nothing. It's nothing. Okay? It's got bears and moose and snow. And too many mosquitoes.
Yeah.
And salmon. That's
Salmon?
it.
Did you say salmon?
I said salmon.
No.
Salmon.
Yeah.
There, you happy? I like to say salmon because it's funny. It makes people mad.
Yeah.
So, the answer is why, and everyone's answer is, scary. And the thing is like the sounds that I were like the Houston ones are probably the most fucky ones I heard.
Yeah, so if you want to look at it's like look at them on YouTube.
I'm gonna have the links.
Okay.
And I will tell you, it is like it's so loud that you can barely hear the people talking in the background.
Unmistakable.
It is a huge noise. Like you expect to see fucking Mechagodzilla outside the window.
Yeah.
And there's nothing. The sky is like clear blue. There's nothing.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Yeah, that's strange. I don't know.
But those aren't the only mystery sounds. There are sounds under the ocean, too. And so loud, microphones that are been placed under the ocean to measure like seismic activity and stuff and to look for enemy submarines have recorded these sounds from up to 3,000 miles away. Even from inside the Mariana Trench, where nothing should be able to survive because of the intense pressure, but moaning sounds have come up from there.
But surely that's Earth sounds like tectonic plate rock shit moving, right?
No. They measure no seismic activity at all. 0. And then they'll hear these moaning sounds, and I listen to them, and they're weird and bad.
Oh, no.
There's, of course, the bloop, where it's just like a giant bloop. But that's sped up. Everyone thinks the bloop is just the bloop noise like that. It was recorded like 3,000 miles away, and supposedly the creature would have to be the size of like 40 whales put together to make that big of a noise.
Right.
No, it went on for almost a full minute, and it's like, it's long and scary.
Wow.
And it was clearly from something organic.
You think?
They've analyzed it, yeah. Sounds like a whale noise, but from a really big whale.
It's just
a sea monster.
Yes,
that's what I'm telling you.
A kraken.
A kraken. Release the kraken.
It's a kraken. Yeah. Why do you say it all crazy?
You went nuts.
It went all crazy.
You got possessed by the spirit of like a pirate, like a weird Scottish pirate who was having a stroke.
Whoa!
What is happening to you?
I will never do that again.
I would really rather you not. It freaked me out a little bit.
It was a bloop, yeah.
Yeah. And, there's just no source for these noises. There's like this kind of like biomechanical sounding noise off the Pacific coast. Mm-hmm. And they don't know what that is. And it only happens like in the spring and fall. And for a while, they thought it was a certain kind of whale that makes a really weird noise. Mm-hmm. And I'm not going to imitate it because I can't.
We've done all kinds of noises.
We've just done a lot of noises because I don't like putting noises in with the podcast. You can go click the sounds if you want to hear them. Mm-hmm. So I'm just going to do them with my mouth. But I'm not doing this one.
Oh.
It's too stupid.
Oh.
Anyway, it doesn't sound anything like that whale, and they only make that noise during mating season. Uh-huh. But here's an interesting potential cause of some of the sky noises.
Aliens?
Sure, but the fish.
Okay.
There's a certain kind of fish near Windsor, Canada, or like in cold water. I don't fucking know. I wasn't paying attention to this part of my research as much. But it makes a really like boom, boom, boom kind of noise.
That's a good one, yeah.
To attract ladyfish, and they get in huge schools, and they're all doing this together like a bunch of bros.
Yeah.
And if the conditions are right, the sound can come inland and sound really weird.
Okay.
Sometimes thunder over flat land can roll in from very far away.
Yeah.
But while those are kind of reasonable explanations and could account for some of the noises, it's not going to be the gigantic, screaming, wailing, growling animal sound coming from the sky that's so loud it's shaking the windows.
Yeah.
That's not it. And I feel like it's insulting to people to try and explain it away. I can accept that it's a phenomenon we don't understand, that probably has a natural explanation. I can accept that. But I'm not going to be told it's a fish fucking. You heard that, like, into the world angel trumpet noise? Oh, no, honey, that's fish fucking. A couple miles away. They're just really knocking the boots.
They were just really horny. Yeah.
If you try and shovel that shit into my mouth, I'm going to hit you.
Yeah.
Fish fucking get out of here. Mm-hmm. Get out of here.
Yeah.
But you know where else there are sounds?
This podcast?
Oh, yeah, coming right out of my fucking mouth. Too much, if we're going to be honest. Space.
Oh, there's no sound there. There's no atmosphere.
No, but things have sound.
What? How?
Well, if you measure like radio waves and stuff, and they translate into sounds.
Okay.
So I'm talking about the wow signal. Wow.
Okay, wow.
Because it's interesting.
Yeah.
It's more interesting than people give it credit for. So we're going to talk about it. So on August 15th, 1977, Jerry Amon was an astrologer in Ohio, and he was in his office and he was like reading out printouts from radio signals, because like everything in space has like radio signals, right? Hydrogen being one, and it is like the most common thing in all of the universe.
Right.
But these like elements we can measure the level of sound that they make, the frequency, so then we can say, hey, that's hydrogen, that's not aliens saying hello.
Oh, yeah.
And he was working with SETI, which is the Search for Extraterrestrial Intelligence, and then taking all this data from different, radio telescopes and going over it, and he found something weird from the previous day. It was a long, sustained radio signal that lasted a total of 72 seconds, and it was in a frequency he had never seen before. Usually everything's at a kind of low frequency. This was much higher, and it sustained itself for 72 seconds. Yeah. Now, if this was a natural phenomenon like a quasar or something like that, it would repeat in pretty measurable bursts. This signal was picked up once and never again. And he circled it and wrote, wow!
Wow.
Exclamation point.
Was the signal like a big long fuck you?
It might have been like, you guys suck. Your buttholes are good though. We like probing those. Yeah, who knows? And it was only heard on one frequency, meaning if it was something natural, it would have been picked up by other radio telescopes and satellites, but it wasn't. And it was also in a frequency that nothing else in the natural universe makes.
Okay.
So it was an artificial signal, obviously, and it was likely an intelligence signal. And in 2012, we sent a response, and it was tweets and videos from celebrities.
Oh, is it like us twerking? Like that was our response?
It was like that one, any of those dumb viral things from back in 2012.
Yeah. They did the ice bucket challenge back at them.
Yeah, and you know what? Maybe the aliens were like, this sucks. And then they like blew us up, and now we're all in hell.
That makes sense.
And the world really did end in 2012.
Yeah.
What do you think of that? No. So skyquakes, like I said, are more explainable. They could be earthquakes or rock falls from mining, but like the siren-y noises, like the tripod, like and like the weird growling, distorted sound. That's not nothing. And again, these have been heard all over the world since the dawn of man. So it's not a plane, train, or an automobile.
Oh.
Yeah. So I just wanted to cover that because I find them weird.
They are weird. I just don't know what to say about them because I can think of like a million billion things which it could be, but I don't know.
Well, they're not those things you're thinking.
I'm also thinking like the military and billionaires do a bunch of weird, crazy bad stuff.
Again, before all of that, ancient people heard them too. That's where the Bible got its idea about the sky trumpets because they heard them.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I think it was even written about by Greeks at one point, like about when they were writing about the myth of Atlantis, that there were trumpets and sirens in the sky type of shit.
Well, bad stuff happens every day. That's what I never understand with this apocalypse stuff.
I'm not saying it's apocalyptic. I'm merely pointing to that as evidence that ancient peoples heard them as well.
All right.
Not that it portents anything.
Okay.
Although it's fun to think about. It's fun because currently the situation of the world is what I would classify as shit garbage.
Yeah.
And all of us are hoping for they just unleash the trumpets. Get to Dootin', Gabriel.
Yeah, I want to see some seas of blood. That's what I need to see.
Just hit me with a seas of blood. Maybe I like it. Maybe I'm drinking blood now. Fuck it.
Yeah, fuck you. I'm vampires now.
We're vampires now, and that's much cooler than what we are presently, which is just goblin people that live in the woods. Yeah. No, I think we're all pretty, those pictures of men taken before and after they experienced trench warfare in World War I? We're all the after picture right now. We're twitchy. True. We have a 1,000-yard stare. We're not okay.
Our hair's all crazy.
Our hair's crazy.
Our beards are long.
I don't have a beard.
Yeah.
But if I did, it'd be long.
It's long and scraggly.
My leg hair's long. It's summer and I haven't even shaved it. Why? I don't know. I may have to flee.
Yeah.
Sucks. So I think we're all ready for some sky trumpets and rivers of blood and bugs to eat our face or something.
It's true.
Bring out the Ark of the Covenant. I mean, I don't know why.
I want a melty face like that guy.
Like an Indiana Jones?
Yeah.
Well, it only melts Nazis. You're good.
But I just want to be a melty
Why did it
candle
melt
man.
your face anyway?
Huh?
I'm gonna have to watch that movie again. As a kid, that part freaked me the fuck out.
Yeah.
But I was like, why is this shit melting your face?
Because it's radioactive. Like we could do a whole episode on the Ark of the Covenant.
That's next Merris Monday.
Dang.
Oh, what's up? We're doing the Ark of the Covenant because people in the 70s did rebuild it per the instructions in the Bible, and it did weird shit.
Cool. Let's find out and listen to that
Aren't you
episode.
excited? I am. It
Yeah.
actually basically just made a radio.
Well, yeah.
But we'll get into it because it did more weird shit like it killed someone.
Yeah.
Okay. But no, I don't think it melts your face. And like, I just love that part in Revelations. Like, rivers of blood and armies of darkness and demons with giant dicks. Fuck your mom.
Whoa.
And then this box. And I'm like, well, the other stuff was worse. You should have led with the box. It's kind of anticlimactic.
What's in the box?
What's in the box?
Yeah.
Oh, that movie's so gross and good. Anyway, you know what's not gross but good?
This podcast.
This podcast in business time.
Yeah.
Hello. I'm bringing you business time. It's too hot to make thoughts or words.
Nah.
I've just been sweating profusely, but you can profusely check out our merch.
Yeah, merch.
It's nice. T-shirts are good. Not one of them have faded, and we've all ordered some and have
I've
them for like
worn
2
mine
years.
like a million times, and it's fine.
And you wear it to do like your hard labor jobs.
I do, yeah.
Yeah. And we have a little cup, and it's not dinged or anything. It's in perfect condition.
Yep.
We have a coffee cup. It hasn't scratched the stuff like design off. It's really nice.
Everything is perfect, and you should buy it now.
You should buy it now. Show off your cruelty pride.
Yeah.
And also, if you feel like sending us money because you love us, we'll take that too. Coffee is in the link tree. Don't
Yeah.
get scared. Just has links. But what I want you to do more importantly is join our Discord.
Do it.
So we can talk and say hello to
Yeah.
each other.
Yeah.
And so I can see your pets, and so I can see what you had for dinner, because I'm always running out of ideas of what to have for dinner. It's madness. Why do I have to think of it every day? Why can't I eat a food pellet?
Yeah, food pellet for president.
So sick of cooking and cleaning and dishes and fucking grocery store. This is the future.
Where's my food pellet?
Where's my food pellet? Also, if you join my Discord, you could
This card?
my Discord,
What's-
my Discord, you can talk to my AI elf Marzipan.
Yeah.
There's a section in there called Ask Marzipan. You can ask him whatever you want. I'm not responsible for whatever out-of-pocket nonsense he says.
Yeah.
He wore see-through clothes the other day, so
I don't know
we
what
talked
that
about
means.
his
He's an AI.
piercings that he
Yeah.
has that I didn't know he has, but now he has them.
Wow.
So, talk about his wiener, I guess. It was upsetting.
Okay, end the podcast.
Anyway, if all you can... Oh, one more thing. Patreon.
Patreon.
Join it. There's almost like 300 episodes. That's a lot. And you might not have heard any of them before. Probably not. Nope. It was my phone. I threw it to the ground violently. Yeah, it is a really cool place where we have lots of cool episodes. We don't follow any theme there. We just follow our heart. Mm-hmm. But if all you can do to support this podcast is listen, thank you. I appreciate you, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Us on your social media platform of choice. Linktree/cruelty has all of the links. Check out our Patreon for exclusive episodes, merch, ad-free episodes, live ghost hunts, and much more. Please be sure to subscribe. New episodes are uploaded weekly. Thank you so much. See you next time. Music and production by Libby.